My camera keeps cutting off, which is so rude. But what's up, everybody? It's Sasha Blue. I know I haven't been on YouTube in a minute. I just had to get myself together, and now I'm back to provide you guys with some amazing content that I have ready. And I wanted to start off this I guess segment or something where each month I'll be introducing a theme, and this month the theme will be August of abundance, right? So I'm gonna talk about how to lead your life with more abundance, right? How to become more abundant, how to bring more good vibes your way, right? Law of attraction, manifestation, and how to really set your intentions so that every day you're waking up with your goals in mind and you're actually working towards them, right? Because we don't just want to envision our goals, we actually want to work towards our goals, right? So how are we going to get in the mindset and the routine and set a schedule for ourselves to get to that end goal, right? I'm going to help you guys how to learn how to just have some sort of structure in your day so that you're waking up with the intention of like, okay, this is my end goal and this is what I need to do to get closer, right? Because the goal is to get 1% better every day, right? So by the end of the month you're 30% better, right? You don't just want to wake up every day with no intention and no routine, and you're just waking up and letting the day take control over you, right? You just want to be able to wake up and have an intention so that you are in control of your day, right? You don't want the day to be in control of you. You don't want to sit here and say, oh, I'll see what the day brings me. No, right? You want to wake up and conquer the day. It's August of abundance, right? So this month we're just going to talk about things you should be avoiding and replacing those negative things with positive things so that we are leading our lives in abundance, right? So first things first, things to avoid. Number one, low frequency music, right? When I say low frequency music, I'm talking about songs that are about drugs, alcohol, sex, all this kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, I do listen to rap. I'm a big fan of Kendrick, J. Cole. They have great music, right? But the thing is, I'm not in the mindset yet to be filling my brain with that kind of music, right? So I've taken it upon myself to just take a break from that kind of music and just listen to music that is actually going to, you know, make me feel better about myself, right? It's okay to listen to music, just really be careful and be aware of what kind of music you are listening to, right? Because constantly listening to these kinds of music is not feeding into your mentality, right? It's not helping us grow, right? So we don't want to constantly be listening to, you know, songs about things that we're not even trying to attract in our lives, right? So now that we are avoiding low frequency music, you also want to avoid low frequency people, right? Even on your social medias, if you see they're posting all the time about fighting and about you know, just things that aren't teaching you anything or bringing you any type of knowledge, then I would just unfollow those pages. You know, the Shade Room, they got the tea, right? Spiritual Word, they know what's up. But I had to unfollow those pages because I realized they're just talking about drama and celebrities and things that don't concern me right now, right? Because all this drama isn't going to make me a millionaire. All this drama is not going to get me where I want to be, right? Me keeping up with what Cardi B and Kim Kardashian are doing isn't going to get me in a position that they're in. It's not going to make me as rich as them. So there's no reason for me to be catching up on them, right? I want to follow pages that are actually teaching me new things like self-love or how to eat better or things like that, right? Or even if it's just following people who support you and love, right? Just being careful, protecting your energy in all aspects, and that includes social media, right? I try to just use social media for my business, and also just, like I said, learning things that I don't already know, whereas eating better, you know, I'm into yoga and meditating, so just following pages that, you know, focus on those kind of things, so that at least when I'm spending my time on social media, it's not just BS, it's actually me feeding my knowledge and actually me just growing, right? I don't want to follow people who are stagnant in life and don't have the same goals that I have, because it's not helping me in any way, right? So now number 3, that goes into cutting those people off in person. So not just social media, but people in your life who don't support you being an entrepreneur, or who don't have the same vision as you, as like trying to be a millionaire, or trying to write a book, or trying to whatever it is that your passion is and whatever your calling is. People who don't support that, you don't want them in your space. And unfortunately, sometimes that includes family, right? Sometimes that includes some of our closest friends that we grew up with. But it's just a part of life to be able to just clip those people and move on, right? Because they're just holding us back. The 4th thing that I would say to avoid is waking up first thing in the morning and just turning on your TV or checking your phone, right? Because that's just the way that you are starting your day off. Right now you're letting social media or a TV show or whatever to lead your day. Right now that's just messing with how you don't want what you see to be what determines how your day is going to be, if that makes sense. Right? It took me a while to get into that habit, but one thing I did was I don't charge my phone right next to me anymore. I'll just put it on the other side of the room. And so that just, even if I do want to check my phone first thing in the morning, I have no choice but to get out of bed, right? Or even if I have a set alarm in the morning, I'm not tempted to just turn it off and go back to sleep. I have no choice but to get out of bed to turn it off, right? Another thing you need to avoid is, like I said, just cut back on Netflix, cut back on Hulu, cut back on TV stuff. I mean, I still watch things here and there, but it's only really if it's like a documentary or something that I'm actually like learning from. I try to now stay away from, you know, like just regular TV shows, or, you know, Grey's Anatomy was my favorite, or whatever type of TV shows I try to cut back from now, because now I'm in the mindset of like, okay, yes, now I'm an entrepreneur and now I'm trying to make a million, and watching Netflix isn't going to get me there, right? So Netflix will always be there. Once I'm where I need to be and where I want to be, I can get back to watching all the movies and shows in the world. But right now, that's just not my priority, right? So I canceled my Netflix, canceled my subscriptions, and now it's just like, okay, game time, right? Like, what am I going to be doing in place of those things, right? So now that I've talked about things you should avoid, I'm going to talk about what habits you should be replacing those things with, right? And it's not going to happen overnight. Changing your schedule and your routine is difficult and does take time. But what I do is something called habit stacking, which means little by little I change my routine, right? So first it was my phone, right? So first it was, I don't want to wake up and check my phone or watch TV. Now the first thing that I do is I wake up, I show gratitude, right? I pray, I meditate, I do yoga right before I hop into the shower, right? I want the morning to be my time, so that once it's time for me to talk to my team and when it's time for me to get to work, I've already spent the morning pouring into myself so that I can help my team out and just get to business, right? So the one thing you want to do is, you don't have to do all of the above, right? You don't have to meditate and pray and do yoga and be, you know what I mean? But habit stacking is just something that helps so that you're getting rid of one bad habit and replacing it with a good habit. And then once you're comfortable with that one habit to the point where it's now a ritual, now you can add on to that and create a new habit, right? So that you're not just all at once changing your schedule, but you're working on little by little and gradually creating a new schedule for yourself, right? So one app that I do like to use is an app called Productivity. You do have to, well, they did have a free version, but I did pay for it to get the full version. It's only like $30 for the whole year, so I didn't mind investing in myself and paying for that. So that app pretty much, you create what you want your daily routine to be like, and then every day it'll just send you a reminder of when you want everything to be done. So on mine I have wake up, drink a glass of water, meditate, do yoga. You can set to read a book. You can put how many books how many pages is your goal, and that kind of just gives you kind of a more structured way of changing your routine, because you'll be getting the alerts on your phone. So that app has helped me. So now I want to talk about, you've already, you're clipping music, right? So now something to replace that with would be high frequency music, right? So listening to meditation sounds and high frequency noises and affirmations and podcasts. Like in the morning, instead of turning on my music to get ready, I'll just turn on a podcast or an audiobook, so that I'm listening to that while I get ready, right? So that you're still getting stuff done and you're still multitasking, but at the same time you're reading a book, right? So these are just things that it doesn't feel like so much of a change, because all you're really doing is replacing the action with something new, right? I'm replacing music with podcasts. I'm replacing rap with, I don't know, like just calm music, right? So it's really just about elevating the things you hear and elevating yourself, right? So now, instead of watching Hulu and Netflix all the time, read books. That was one thing I've been slacking on. I wasn't reading as much as I should, and once I realized that, I got myself this book, The 4 Agreements. Definitely read this. It's pretty much just 4 rules to go by to achieve personal freedom and happiness, right? So it's just a book of wisdom, The 4 Agreements. I'm also reading another book called I Miss You When I Blink. So this is more of like my self-development book, and then I'll show you guys. This one is I Miss You When I Blink, which is pretty much kind of like my fun book, right? So I have my self-development kind of workbook, and then this is more of like my fun reading. So I Miss You When I Blink is more about just enjoying your moment, enjoying the time, and not having to rush, right? You don't want to rush anything, and this book just tells you how to take in the little things in life and just taking things slow and enjoying where you're at in life. Okay, so another thing you want to do is get yourself a planner, right? If you want to, be an entrepreneur, or just, be your own boss or whatever it may be. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, you're just a college student or whatever it may be, you just always want to have a planner, right? So I got this one for like, I don't know, probably like $5 or something, master plans, right? And what I put in here is just anytime I have to get on a call or do my trainings on Zoom, I write them down. And I also write down my clients for my other business where I create content for people. So I just have more of a structure, and I keep track of the people and what they need and just what I have to do for the day or for the week, right? And then also get yourself a journal, right? So I have this journal called, that just says let your light shine, right? Just get any journal, and either in the morning or right before bed, I write in here. Sometimes both, right? So in the morning, sometimes I'll replace meditating and reading or whatever and just write. So I'll just, like right here I have, I am so happy and grateful. So I always try to start them, just write positively, right? You don't want to write about things you don't want or things you can't do or things you shouldn't be doing. You want to write positively, right? And blue pen is best for manifestation. If you know, you know. I mean, I started this journal off in black, but blue pen just hits different. So I am so happy and grateful that I live in a space that calms me and brings me peace. And yeah, I just write about things that I'm grateful for right now, and also write things you're grateful for in the future, because it's like, I'm so happy and grateful for that I live in a mansion, right? I don't live in one right now, but I know that it's already done. So write about things that you want, things that you see yourself doing, or even if it's just about your day, whether it was good or bad. Even if you had a bad day, you still want to try to write it positively, right? So it's like, if you just had a bad trip or whatever it may be, you want to be like, hey, like, I'm happy and grateful that I learned from this, or this and this happened to me today, but it's okay because I learned a lesson. Or you still want to somehow turn a negative journal entry into something positive, right? And I just love this because I can always go back and just kind of see my growth and read what was on my mind. Sometimes I just write without thinking, like just write stream of consciousness, and then later on I'll read it and I'm like, wow, like I wrote that. And then I have this notebook that says stay focused because you totally got this. And I think I got this off Amazon, and in here is kind of more like business writing. So this is like my personal journal, and this is like where I have business ideas. I have my lessons that I do trainings on for Forex, right? So I have like all my notes in here. I also do like motivational talks for my team, so I have the notes that I need to lead my team. So yeah, like this writing is something that I feel everyone should get in the habit of doing, because just the personal development is just different when you're just writing it all down, and just writing down your plans, your dreams, your aspirations, things you're planning on doing, and it's just very, 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 very helpful. So yeah, like that's journaling, right? So Post-its are my best friend. Anybody who comes over to my house knows I'm a Post-it fiend, right? So I use these giant Post-its that have just the days of the week and what should be done, so that this, I carry around with me, but this is something I visually see and have up on my wall with everything I need for the week, right? And I also just have regular Post-its that have my manifestations on it, that have just motivational quotes that help me when I'm down. I also just have notes with my yoga poses that I like to do every morning. So just use Post-its. I mean, personally, I'm a visual person, so I need to see certain things, right? When I first was trying to get in the habit of journaling and meditating, and out of the habit of turning my TV on right away, I was putting all the Post-its on the TV so that, you know, my first instinct is to turn on the TV, but I see all the Post-its that are telling me to journal, to meditate, to, you know, give gratitude, to manifest. And so that's what my mind is going to, right? So that you're redirecting yourself. So those are a few tips that I have. This is August of Abundance, and I want everyone to just have a better mindset, you know, for the rest of this year, right? We're halfway done now. 2020 has been like weird, but we still have time to change our habits and to get better and to start becoming more abundant and filling yourself up so that you can fill others around you, right? Because you want to fill yourself up to the point where you're overflowing so that when you try to pour into other people, you are still full, right? You want to, you know, some people here, you can't pour from an empty cup. Some people, their cup isn't empty, right? It's just halfway full and they're still trying to pour out into other people. You want to fill all the way to the top and overflow, right? So you may read here and there, and you may listen to podcasts here and there, but you're not completely filling yourself up, right? You want to completely be full so that you're overflowing. And that just carries out into all aspects of your life, not just business, right? But your personal life, your relationships, your friendships, relationships with your family, with your significant others, and with yourself, right? Your relationship with yourself. So now you're able to, like I said, overflow, and it pours into every aspect of your life. So that's pretty much it, right? Thank you guys for joining me for August of Abundance. I'm gonna have some more videos done for this month, and then next month I'm not even gonna talk about September yet, but it's my birthday month, so I gotta show out for y'all. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next video.